This video is on never give up. Let's dive right in. Hey, what's up? Welcome. I'm Dr. TJ, a Harvard-trained surgeon and a motivational speaker. In this channel, it is all about you. What if I told you that one of the most powerful leaders in human history failed at nearly everything he tried for 30 years straight? What if I told you he lost his mother at age 9, lost his first love, failed in business not once but twice, went bankrupt, had a nervous breakdown, and lost 8 separate elections? Would you believe me if I said this same person would go on to save a nation, free millions of people, and become one of the most quoted leaders of all time? Before we dive in, I need you to do 3 things. First, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss future videos that could transform your life. Second, drop a comment below telling me which part of the world you're watching this from. Write your city and country. I want to know where in the world this life transformation is taking place. Are you in New York, Bengaluru, Tokyo? Let me know. I read every single comment. Third, and this is crucial, this entire video is interconnected like pieces of a puzzle. Each part builds on the previous one. Don't skip ahead. Don't jump around. If you want to learn fully how to never give up in your life, you need to watch from beginning to end. The story I'm about to tell reveals 3 powerful methods for never giving up, plus the 3 hidden traps that will derail you if you're not careful. But you'll only get the full picture if you stay with me till the very end. Now, settle in for the next several minutes, because the story I'm about to share will completely change how you see failure, adversity, and the power of refusing to give up. By the end, you'll know exactly who this person is, and more importantly, you'll discover exactly how to never give up in your life. Let's begin. Our story begins in 1816 in a small log cabin in the wilderness of Kentucky. A boy is born into poverty. His family is so poor they couldn't afford proper schooling. But this boy had something special, an insatiable hunger for knowledge. By candlelight, he would read every book he could borrow, walking miles to get his hands on them. He taught himself law, grammar, mathematics, everything he could. His neighbors saw something in him: intelligence, integrity, a natural gift for storytelling and debate. At 23, he decided to enter business with a friend, opening a general store. Things looked promising. The community respected him. He was making connections. His future seemed bright. At 25, he entered politics for the first time, running for the state legislature. He was charismatic, principled, and passionate about making a difference. He won. Everything seemed to be falling into place. He fell deeply in love with a young woman named Anne. They planned to marry. For the first time in his hard life, everything was coming together. Success in business, success in politics, success in love, having a definite purpose. Now, the American dream seemed to be within his reach. Life was good. Life was finally good. But then, everything collapsed. His business partner died suddenly, leaving him with crushing debt, thousands of dollars he couldn't possibly repay. In 1835, that kind of debt could destroy a man for life. He called it the national debt. It would take him 17 years to pay it off. But that wasn't the worst of it. That same year, Anne, his beloved Anne, fell ill with typhoid fever. Within days, she was gone. The love of his life, his future, vanished just like that. he fell into such deep depression that his friends feared for his life. They removed all knives and razors from his room, watching him constantly. He would later write, "I am now the most miserable man living. If what I feel were equally distributed to the whole human family, there would not be one cheerful face on earth." But he survived, barely, and he decided to keep going. He ran for Congress, he lost. He tried again for a position in the land office, rejected. He ran for the Senate, defeated. He sought the vice presidential nomination, denied. He didn't even get 100 votes. 2 years later, he ran for Senate again, lost again. Can you imagine? Year after year, door after door slammed in his face. Every time he built himself back up, life knocked him down again. His opponents mocked him, called him ugly, awkward, uneducated, a country bumpkin with no business in politics. His own allies began to doubt him. "Perhaps it's time to accept reality," they whispered. "Perhaps you're meant for something smaller." He had every reason to quit, every logical reason to accept defeat and fade into obscurity. The pain of failure compounded over years. This would break most people, but here's what you need to understand. In the darkest moments, when failure had become his constant companion, when giving up would have been the reasonable choice, he refused to give up. Not because he was a Superman, not because failure didn't hurt, but because he understood something most people never learn. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the path to it. In 1858, after yet another Senate loss, he said something profound. "The path was worn and slippery. My foot slipped from under me, knocking the other out of the way. But I recovered and said to myself, it's a slip and not a fall. A slip, not a fall." Every single time life knocked him down, he refused to give up. He chose to see it as a slip, a temporary setback, not a permanent defeat. But the question burning in everyone's mind was, how long could one man endure this? How many times could he rise before he simply couldn't anymore? In 1860, against all odds, he decided to run for President of the United States. People laughed. The establishment dismissed him. He had only about 1 year of formal education. He'd lost more elections than most politicians even entered. His own party was divided. The nation was on the brink of collapse. But something had changed in him. All those years of failure had forged something unbreakable. All that suffering had given him a depth of character, a wisdom about hardship that his privileged opponents could never understand. He refused to give up. On November 6, 1860, he won. He became the 16th President of the United States. Now just imagine that, my friends. That, my friends, is more than amazing. And now I can finally tell you who this man is. His name was Abraham Lincoln. The man who failed at almost everything for 30 years became the president who saved the Union, ended slavery, and redefined what America could be. The speeches he gave, the Gettysburg Address, his second inaugural, are studied centuries later. His leadership during the nation's darkest hour changed the course of human history. And none of it would have happened if he had given up. Lincoln himself said, "My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure." Think about that, my friends. He wasn't concerned what if you fail. He knew you would. His concern was whether you'd accept that failure as your identity, whether you'd give up. He also said, "I am a slow walker, but I never walk back." End quote. Slow progress is still progress. The only true failure is turning around and giving up. Lincoln's story proves something powerful. Your current circumstances don't determine your destiny. Your refusal to give up does. So how do you develop Lincoln's ability to never give up? Here are the 3 methods that will make you unstoppable. Method 1. Adopt the identity of someone who never gives up. Don't just try not to give up. Decide that quitting is simply not who you are. Lincoln didn't see himself as a failure who kept trying. He saw himself as a leader whose time hadn't come yet. Identity is everything. When never give up becomes part of your identity, it's not a choice you make daily. It's who you are. Write it down. I am someone who never gives up. Say it every morning. Method number 2. Reframe every setback as a setup for a comeback. Lincoln called his setbacks slips, not falls. Every rejection taught him something. Every loss refined his message. Start asking, what is this teaching me? Instead of, why is this happening to me? When you reframe failure as feedback, you never give up. You just adjust your approach. Remember, you're not failing. You're learning how to succeed. Method number 3, create daily non-negotiables. Lincoln studied by candlelight every night, even when everything else was falling apart. He kept his mind sharp. He kept moving forward in small ways. Identify one action you will take every single day towards your goal. No matter what, read 1 page, write 1 paragraph, make 1 call, practice 1 hour. When you honor your daily non-negotiable, you build the muscle of never giving up. But here's the truth. 3 things will try to make you give up. Derailment number 1. Comparison to others. You look at others' success and feel behind. Lincoln was in his 50s when he became president. Your timeline is your own. Comparison is a thief of perseverance. Don't let someone else's chapter number 20 make you give up on your chapter number 3. Derailment number 2. Perfectionism and waiting. Waiting for perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect circumstances. Lincoln never had perfect circumstances. He had commitment. Perfectionism is just fear wearing a mask. Done is better than perfect. Let me repeat that. Done is better than perfect. Started is better than planned. Never give up waiting for perfect. Start with possible. Derailment number 3. Isolation and trying alone. Trying to do it alone. Lincoln had friends who literally saved his life during his depression. Build your support system. Share your journey. Ask for help. You may give up if you're carrying the burden all alone. Find your people, tell them your goal, let them hold you accountable. Avoid these 3 traps. Implement these 3 methods. You will then develop the unstoppable mindset to never give up on anything that matters to you. Lincoln's final gift to us was this powerful truth. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. Your resolution, your decision to never give up matters more than your resources, your background, your past failures, or your current struggles. So here's my challenge to you, and I'm serious about this. The 30-day Never Give Up Challenge. For the next 30 days, I want you to commit to one goal you've been putting off or gave up on. It could be starting that business, writing that book, getting in shape, learning that skill, whatever it is that is important to you. Okay, do it. But here's the key. Every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you fail, even when you want to quit, take one action toward that goal. Document every obstacle, every moment you want to give up, and then don't. Keep on going, no matter what. Then on day 30, I want you to come back to this video and comment, I took the never give up challenge, and here's what happened to me. Share your story, because someone else watching needs to see that it's possible. Here's what I know. Someone watching this right now is one decision away from giving up on their dream. And you completing this challenge might be exactly what they need to see to keep them going. If this video inspired you, hit that like button right now, not just for the algorithm, but as a commitment to yourself that you're choosing to never give up. Subscribe to this channel, because we are building a community of people who refuse to quit, who support each other, who transform their lives. And share this video with someone who needs to hear Lincoln's story today. Tag them, send it to them. You might save someone's dream by showing them how to never give up. Remember, Lincoln failed for 30 years and changed the world. Your breakthrough might be one more attempt away, one more day, one more try. The question isn't, can you succeed? The question is, will you give yourself enough chances to find out? Now go out there and show life what you're made of. Show yourself what happens when you refuse to quit. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Always remember, my dear friends, never, never, never give up. See you in the next video. Click on the video that you see on your screen.